So that air conditioner no longer works. So I'm going to bring it to the dump. And I have a few other things that I need to bring to the dump as well. So I thought, let's learn English at the dump. So I just need to back up to the house to get a few more things. But as I do that, I just want to explain that the dump is more than just a big hole in the ground. The reason I think it would be cool to do an English lesson at the dump is because the dump has a whole bunch of different sections, and I'll show you each of those sections. And there's even a little surprise right by the front gate of the dump. I think you'll like it. So I also have a couple of bags of old clothes that I'm not going to bring to the dump, but I'm going to bring them to the thrift store. A thrift store is a store that sells used items, including used clothing. So instead of putting these in the dump, someone else will get a bit more use out of them. Well, I think I'm ready to go. Are you ready to go? Let's go. So I've used the word dump, but technically this is a waste management site, or sometimes we would call it a waste management facility, or maybe a landfill. A dump is more than just a big hole in the ground, like I said. It's a place where they sort things, and we try to recycle as much as possible. Some things do just go into the landfill. They do just go into a big hole in the ground, but many things will actually be recycled. So I call it the dump because that's what I called it as a kid, but it's really a waste management site. So I think this is a great idea. At the entrance to the dump, there is a donor welcome center where you can donate things that are still good and they'll later be sold in a thrift store. So I'm quite happy that this is here because things that might normally go in the landfill can now get used again. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to get weighed. Not me, the van and everything that's in it needs to get weighed. So we'll be pulling up onto the scale. Smithville.
What do you have today?
I have an air conditioner and some electronics.
So for the air conditioner, hun, there is a $22 surcharge
Okay.
off here. There's just no weight associated, so it's just that 22 for you, okay?
Okay.
You're all set.
Okay, thank you. That always scares me. There's a loud bang when you pull off the scale. So the first part of the dump I'm going to show you is the electronics recycling area. This is a place where you can bring any kind of electronics, old computers, old radios, all of that kind of stuff. I'll show you a close-up of the image there. And there are two bins here that say electronics bin. So one section of the dump, the electronics recycling area. So refrigerators, freezers, and air conditioners have CFCs in them. I'm not quite sure what those are, but I'll put the word up here and I'll give you a definition. They need to be put here so that that can be drained from them before they're properly recycled. So this is where I'm going to put my air conditioner. Whew, it's a little bit heavy. So the next part of the dump we're going to go to is the toxic waste drop-off area. So some things obviously can't go in a landfill because they are full of chemicals. I have like one old paint can and a few other small things, not a lot, but I'm going to go to this section here and we'll drop off those items. Yeah, also called hazardous waste. Hello.
How are you?
I got some propane cans and a paint can.
You're in the right spot.
Okay, let me pull forward. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, we have one last area of the dump to go to, and that is the main area of the dump where most household waste would go. You might be wondering though, why am I at the dump? Doesn't my garbage or trash get picked up every week at the end of our driveway? And it does actually, but this is more of a place where you can bring lots of stuff. You know, when you clean out your house or you clean out a shed, sometimes it's nice just to load up a van or trailer and bring it somewhere. So that's why I'm at the dump today. But normally we would just put it in bags and put out, I think 1 bag a week right now we're allowed to do. I just have 1 aquarium now.
Garbage.
Okay, thank you. Where is that?
You have to go to the 3rd or 4th one.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And here we have a section for household garbage. No paint, oil, or other hazardous materials. In this section, you will find anything that can't be recycled. So even though we do try to recycle everything that we can, there are sometimes things that can't be recycled, and this is the bin where they would go. Okay, so this part of the dump is for wood only, no metal garbage or flooring. You can see in this bin here, in this dumpster, there's just a lot of wood. You can bring wood from your house if maybe you're doing a renovation. You can bring branches or sticks, but this is where you would bring wood. Unfortunately, tires don't last forever. I wish they did, because the last set of tires I bought were quite expensive. But this is the area where you would bring your old tires. I'm not sure exactly what they do with old tires, but I'm sure they take them somewhere and probably chop them up and make something new out of them. But if you have old tires, you bring them here, and I think you have to pay to drop your tires off. So in this area, you can recycle styrofoam, and then you can also recycle any other containers. So this is more like a traditional recycling area. Anything that we would put into a blue box, that's the color of the box that we use for our recycling, can go into this container. So if you have stuff that can be recycled, this is where you can bring it. And here is where you can put your cardboard. Must be flattened. I actually think this might be a spelling mistake, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you have any cardboard, maybe you've bought a lot of things from Amazon and you don't know what to do with all of the cardboard boxes, you can bring them here and they can go in this bin. And these again will be recycled. All cardboard in Canada is recycled, as far as I know. So if you have lots of it, this is where you would bring it. And then of course you might have metal. This is where you would bring scrap metal. Scrap simply means the metal is not usable anymore. No wood or plastic. In this bin, they simply want scrap metal. So if you have anything that's made out of metal, this is where you would bring it. So if you have bottles or cans, you can bring them here. Bottles and cans can be recycled. It actually looks like here you can return them for charity. That means somehow they get some money for all of these bottles and cans. And a charity is an organization that does good things for other people. So they get the money from all of the bottles and cans that people have brought here. So if you have lots of bottles and cans, you can bring them right here. So I'm not allowed back there, but way in the distance, you can see large piles of what look like dirt. That is actually compost. In my part of Ontario, Canada, you can put compost at the road and it will get picked up, and it comes here to the waste management site. So basically what they do is they take kitchen scraps, leaves, grass clippings, all of those kinds of things get mixed and turned a whole bunch of time, and eventually it turns into really, really good compost. So I just have to weigh out, and they'll tell me how much I owe. Many things are free to drop off at the dump, but you do have to pay for some things. I think I have to pay for the air conditioner, there's a disposal fee, and then you pay sometimes by weight, so we'll see.
Sir?
That's for the air conditioner?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do debit.
Yeah, we didn't charge you weight, just the price of the free animal.
And can I get a receipt?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for watching this English lesson at the dump. I hope you were able to learn a few new English words and phrases that you can use in your next conversation about garbage and trash. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to click that red subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you have some time and you want to learn a bit more English, there's always more lessons to watch.